Here outside of Turpentine Creek, fixing to go in there and enjoy some lions and tigers and bears. Gonna do a little recording if we can. If we can't, sorry. It was a beautiful ride over here. I wish I would have thought to mount my camera, but I didn't. Yeah, let everybody get out of the facilities here, and then we will go right there. Oh. Well, Sadie and Dylan. Right there, friends. Bobcats. I was telling the kids I had a bobcat about 5 feet away from me one time. I thought it was a cat. It was asleep in a chair. I walked up, said, "Hey, kitty," and it turned around, looked at me. Oh no, that's a bobcat. Yeah, I think it was more scared of me, thank God. Let me tell you what. I'm glad that that's all I'm seeing of that dude. Hell, oh yeah, big dude.
Have that tawny coloration, this silkier coat of the lions, but they do have those stripes. They're just not black. They're kind of the darker brownish color. They kind of have the tail, the puff at the end like the lions, and Brady does have a little bit of extra hair around his neck, resembling a male lion's mane. That one has it all over.
A liger. What's up, dude?
Hi. He's so beautiful.
He's obviously used to people too.
Yeah. So
he's a
they
good
have
boy.
the eye spots on the back of their ears like the tigers, and then the pool he's laying right next to is for them. So the tigers are the only cats that enjoy the water, and so they are like the tigers in that aspect.
Hello, buddy.
Oh, he's a good sized boy too.
How you going?
Scared himself like a gigantic bird.
Is it a mom? This is Tony. Is that one a mom? Little Tony.
Little Tony. Oh, he is. Oh, good Lord. Ringo's a good sized cat, isn't he?
Nope. Ringo's a boy.
Yeah, it's hot. Hot outside.
So Tony lives in here with his mom, Crystal. She's our oldest cat. She's gonna turn 24 actually next week. Tony's birthday is next week as well. So we did decide to keep them together since they did have a very good relationship. Most likely Crystal nursed Tony herself. Izzy and Shasta are two of the females on the right side.
That's
here.
what it looks like.
Shasta is the one that has access.
Right
they were
there.
rescued together from a farm in Oklahoma. The husband and the wife
For a toy for a
had
tiger.
them together. The husband got sick.
Oh yeah.
The wife. So this is where we kind of know some inbreeding was going on here. That head tilt that Greg does is most likely an inner ear issue, something neurological. So the fluid in your inner ear kind of helps you stay calibrated, lets you know when your head is tilted, in which direction you need to move in order to fix it. So we think that with him, he's just not getting the response he needs, so it's not kind of letting him know that his head is tilted. We don't think it causes him that much pain, but as you can see, it's a little bit harder for him to get around. It kind of messes with his spatial reasoning. It's just really sad because there's really no reason for it. It's just people trying to breed as many cubs as possible and not caring about the consequences. Poor guy.
That happens with everybody who's trying to make money off an animal.
Yeah, but these guys have a single habitat now, so they actually have access to both sides of that night house, so they go out every single day. Same with JJ, Reese, and Titan. So soon after we rescued them, Haley actually slipped and she broke that back left leg. It snapped completely. We took her in. We were hopeful that we would be able to fix it. However, she severed all of the nerves to that leg. She couldn't feel the entire thing anymore. So we did decide to amputate it since she was so young. And she's actually done amazing. They're about 15 years old now. She gets around extremely well. She'll get up and down that hill really with a lot less issues than you would think. She gets into the pool, no problem. We reintroduced her to Roulon. after the surgery, and 90% of the time they do great. He's a little possessive during feeding time, but she usually will chase after him and start play times with him, so she's still got a lot of attitude in there. And for the tigers, I mean, if these guys were to lose a leg, a back leg is preferable. They carry most of their weight in those front shoulders. You can see Greg is going up to the night house, and you can see how strong those front shoulders are, how heavy they are. So she still has a lot of momentum to kind of get her up and down the hill with those very, very strong shoulders.
Well, Turpentine Creek, it was really hot in the middle of the day when we went, and all the cats are kind of undercover right now. So if you go early in the morning or late in the afternoon so you can see the cats. We did see a bunch of them, so yeah, there you go. All right, Turpentine Creek. You have a good. I want to say something about the need for a place like Turpentine Creek, because they wouldn't be in existence if they weren't needed, because they don't believe in keeping animals captive like that. These people love these cats. But there was one, and I do believe it was Brady the Liger, the big dude that looked up. There was a story I heard about, I think it was Brady, that a man owned him and he just got too big for him. So he loaded him up in his truck and he took him like 70 miles away from his home and just dropped him off in the woods in the national forest. And this is in Arkansas. And a couple of weeks later, Brady showed up on his doorstep 70 miles away. The thing had his great instinct. But that just goes to show you, 70 miles that thing traveled through the national forest, through populated areas and everything, and no one saw him. No one even knew he was gone. So what does this man do? He loads Brady in the back of his truck, calls Turpentine Creek, says, "I'm coming with a cat." And he just drives to Turpentine Creek and drops him off. Now, how many animals are out there right now that someone just dropped off because it got too big for him? I mean, he's hungry. he's going to eat? What if he walks by your kid playing? I couldn't believe that man dropped that animal off in the National Forest. That is just beyond reprehensible. Anyway, this poor guy, it's not his fault. It's not his fault that someone bred a lion and a tiger together. That's an unnatural thing. It's not his fault that he's super huge like that, because it's not natural. He's going to have problems his whole life because someone wanted to make something pretty and expensive that they could sell or keep as a pet. But you soon realize a tiger ain't a pet. All right, Turpentine Creek. Help them out. They operate on donations, and just donate to them. www.turpentinecreek.org. Check them out on Facebook. I'm sure they've got an Instagram somewhere, something like that. That's a great place. Great place. You can buy their calendar, I think, on the .org, but they take donations. Anything helps. Anything helps. They also have a part of that place that they don't allow people to go to because there's about 100 or so cats, maybe less. I think it was 75, maybe 100. Anyway, this couple had them, and the man died, and the woman was in her 60s, and she couldn't take care of them, and the animals were not used to people. So they have to keep them off by themselves, off down the hill. I wish I could have went down there, but that's got to be dangerous. Because they're predators and your food. All right. Love you. Y'all have a good one.
Lil Doggy.